Colby Satterfield right now. So Colby, out there downtown, I can see it's a big mess. What else are you seeing out there?
Bill, it's a big mess, and I'm seeing a lot of rain and I'm seeing a lot of flooding. Right now I'm on Ashley Avenue, right off Calhoun Street, specifically right in between Halsey Street and Bennett Street is where the bulk of this rain's coming down. Now I'm going to show you the deepest part of the rain that I have seen so far on this street. You can see the water coming up on the cars. It's up partially on their tire and barely touching the bottom of their car. You're seeing the water come up on the driveways. You're also seeing it come up against the sidewalks. Now here's where I found it to be the deepest, and I have about 16-inch boots on, and you can see it's up about halfway. And with rain in the forecast, it's going to keep raining down here, but I'll be here to monitor this rainfall and this flooding in all of downtown. Live in downtown Charleston, Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News.
All right,
And this is the
Colby Satterfield, right where the road is blocked off. Colby, have you seen this water rise since we talked to you, about an hour ago?
Bill, the water has risen so much so about an hour ago, I showed you how deep it was on my boots. Take a look at it now. Even compared with the sign, it's gone up very dramatically. And also I'm seeing debris float down the road. Walk with me here and I'll show you this car. As you can see, about an hour ago, we showed you it was barely touching the bottom, and now the water is going above the bottom of the car. And look at the water coming up on the tire. It's almost halfway covering the tire, and just an hour ago, it was only up to about a quarter of the tire. And so we're going to keep up with this road closure here, and we're also going to be following road closures all across downtown.
Avenue earlier today, but now I think she's moved downtown to the market area where earlier this afternoon, about 30 minutes ago, you were ankle deep in water. So Colby, what is the latest right now? What's it look like?
Well, Debbie, we just got here really just 5 minutes ago. I'm still ankle deep in water, but the difference here is the water's moving a lot faster. The roads are all marked off here on South Market, and businesses have their sandbags out, so they look like they're getting ready for rain to potentially go over the sidewalk. The rain right now is pretty close to reaching the edge of the sidewalk. If you move down the street more, it is. And then on the left side, you can see it's completely moved over the sidewalk, and you can see it's starting to move into the market underneath the door here. And the road is completely flooded all the way down, and we actually had trouble getting here because of all the road closures downtown. It took us a little longer than we would expected. We're hearing of more road closures all across the downtown area. We'll have another update coming up for you at 6. Live in downtown Charleston, Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News.
Downtown, Colby Satterfield, live on Market Street, where basically all the streets around there are shut down. Colby, how high is the water now?
Well, right now it's coming up more over my boot than it was when I talked to you guys just about 30 minutes or so ago, but it's also coming up on the sidewalk. But take a look at this. Businesses have already started preparing. Now they have sandbags out, tarps and boards ready in case the water were to come over the sidewalk. And right down here, this business just got done right here putting out sandbags. And I also talked with the woman that worked in there, and she says they get ready every time it floods because this street is prone to flooding. So they put the sandbags out just as a safety precaution. I'll have more updates on the road closures in downtown Charleston coming up at 7. Live in downtown, Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News.
Colby Satterfield is live from Fishburne in Haygood and is continuing to track those road conditions out there for us. Right by the road closed sign, Colby.
Yes, and it was just closed about 25 minutes or so ago, and you can see why. The road is just completely covered from Fishburne all the way down to Line Street. You can see police waiting to come through themselves, but here at this intersection at Haygood and Fishburne, I'm seeing just as many people try and risk it as they do to turn around. A lot of cars are just coming right here and then pulling in this parking lot and turning back around, and it might be a good idea if you ever are driving and if you feel nervous about it, be sure not to risk it. Now let me show you just how deep this water is just on the highway. You can see it's starting to come up on my boots here as I go to the side. It really, as soon as you start going, it really gets pretty deep. And you can see this truck going through right there. People are coming, people are going, but people are still turning around. And if you're nervous, I want to remind you, just turn around. Live in downtown Charleston, Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News.